Welcome back to Sport on Singapore and a little topic of debate today about floorball. And I have John and of course Gene, our special guest, to join us today. Gene, of course, a national hockey player. Now, floorball has really got bigger and bigger in Singapore. I remember in 2015, as I was covering the SEA Games, and the final was held at ITE Central, and that place was buzzing. It was packed. It was standing room only. And I do believe that the rise of floorball is something that's good. And the question today, is it as big or maybe even bigger than football in terms of popularity within tertiary and maybe adult level? I'm going to pose this question to the both of you. Gene, first of all, to you.
Well, I think floorball is definitely growing in Singapore, and there are definitely a lot more people playing, and I think it's good for the sporting scene in Singapore because, like, with more sports, then the sporting scene will grow, and it also encourages a healthier lifestyle for everybody in Singapore.
Well, I totally agree with that the more sports that grow in Singapore and more people getting involved, that's just only as good as it gets for Singapore sport. But John, the question is it even more popular than football at this point?
Floorball, as you rightly pointed out, it's a growing sport, it's buzzing. In the Active SG SFA Floorball Premier League, there are 12 teams in each of the Premier Divisions for both genders, as well as multiple divisions, different groupings within the lower divisions as well. It is, and not to forget as well that last year, the men's floorball team also went to the World Floorball Championships, and the women's team qualifying for this year's Floorball World Cup. So both in terms of high performance as well as in participation in the local leagues, we are definitely seeing a huge boom in the sport. As for whether it actually has overtaken football, that's really up for debate. We would really love to hear what you guys have to say about that. I think maybe in terms of the overall popularity of the sport, probably not yet, although the participation, in terms of participation, it is definitely rising at a very steady state.
Well, we would love to hear from you. Do drop a comment in the section below. We want to hear from you. Are you excited to see the growth of floorball? Is it even more popular than football? It's all up to you to decide.
Welcome back to Sport on Singapore. We're going to have a look now at the M1 Netball Super League with the grand finals happening just last week. Of course, Mission Mannas taking on Blaze Dolphins. Duncan, how was that?
It was a fantastic final. I think it was a shock for many to figure out who would be the winner. If you went in to our Tampines Hub during the finals day, you would have said Mission Mannas probably to win it. But Blaze Dolphins blazed past Mission Mannas. Did you enjoy that one? And they eventually came out with the title, and it's fantastic. The 20th edition of the M1 Netball Super League, I think it was the best one yet. Really well organized, and Netball Singapore can be really, really proud of their efforts. And overall, a great tournament, and it's good to see that these girls are getting game time. And of course, the main reason for all of this is to prepare them for the big SEA Games coming up.
And that wraps up an exciting season in the M1 Netball Super League. We'll also be touching on the test series between our Team Singapore netballers as well as Fiji in the Spotlight on Team Singapore segment. So do check that out on the Team Singapore Facebook.